LG as well. So
they did.
Obviously looking fantastic so far at Champs.
They really are. As we kick off into this retaliation hard point, the smart money is on Rise. Supremacy's best chance in the search and destroy.
And even then, it's going to be difficult. Obviously, we'll see as this game progresses. It's interesting as well because Rise, like, who knows how even like comfortable these guys are feeling. There's a small chance that they, take for granted where they're at, potentially get weird because Rise's year, they have just been incredibly unlucky and they've actually just like lost at tie breaks. I think at 2 different events. I think it was in Anaheim. They end up going like 3-3 in pools. They end up losing the tie breaks to, FaZe or something like that. And so they fall to losers, then get matched up against Optic first thing and get eliminated there. Yeah. So that was their story at Anaheim. And then from stage 1, they didn't get the playoffs because they went like 4-2 in map count or something like that. But then they also lost that to tie breaks. And so instead of being, fighting somewhere in the top 8, they end up top 12. So again, 2 different situations where Rise, just the tie breaks do not go in their favor. They definitely do not want to find themselves in another situation like that because it will not go their way.
Well, they are heavy favorites coming into this one, but can they lock it down? A lot has been said of this man we are currently watching on the sticks. Aqua's been playing out of his mind. And I think a lot of people have forgotten just how good this guy is. I remember a player actually saying to me yesterday, he goes, I'd forgotten how good Aqua was because I was expecting Looney to go off on us. He goes, but Aqua just completely decimated us yesterday.
He has those games where he just kind of reminds you that he is an absolute monster. Like when he goes off, it can be pretty nutty, the numbers he puts up, and you can see it now. Right now, the dude's sitting at 9-1, and that's stuff I really like to see as well. Sitting there after he finished the gunfight, immediately just pre-firing and challenging for the next. That's something that the best players will do, and they will do so effectively. Unfortunately for Aqua, he's going to get cut down, but still, he has those Trinities in his back pocket. His team has the lead. They have the spawns. Everything right now is going correctly for Rise.
Yeah, this is quite one-sided to begin with, and when Aqua's going 10-2, Vicento is going 6-3, you've got to kind of expect it to be this scoreline. What's really important now for Supremacy is to figure out a way to grab control and then hit this properly. Actually, Vortex might be able to sneak in here.
Yeah, it does look like
he just took the spawn.
He pushed up far enough, got in a curve, and I guess Rise didn't put enough pressure over in a grade. They're kind of hanging out in the market area. So yeah, it actually is going to be Supremacy that managed to get the spawns, but they got to win the gunfights as well, and Vortex and Malls are going to be able to do just that. Unfortunately for them, 12 seconds have gone by in this hill. Not a single person has been able to step foot inside. Someone goes inside the hill. You see the Trinity's getting called in. Not actually going to have a huge effect because the guns for Rise are going to take care of business. So despite the moment of hope there for Supremacy, Rise has completely shut them down.
They certainly have. Here comes Malzo. He comes downstream, not able to get another kill pushing forward either, though. And that is all 4 down from the guys from Supremacy. And Supremacy at 27 seconds left in the hill have decided to cut their losses and rotate to Broken.
Yeah, and this right now is just the Aqua show, though. He's going to get his 5th. So he's 14-2. That is 2 separate streaks he's going to go on. That's now his 6th kill. This is his game right now. I mean, Looney picks up 2 kills, which is nice. But again, Aqua's been doing it all. He's already earned his payload.
This is another kill streak.
Yeah, and he did that within 3 hills. Now he's on an 8-kill streak. Aqua, the man, you have to watch him essentially for the rest of the game, right? Like, he's been destroying Supremacy.
Can try to set some records. He was wondering where they were, that he actually looked too close to his own hill. Supremacy are so far away. Gets 2 with that one as well. Now 19-2. One more kill and he's on a 10.0 KD ratio. Let's see if we can end with it. That'd be brilliant.
At this point, he's just bored. He's calling his streaks in just because he has nothing to do. He's in the hill killing people across the map, and his teammates are just kind of hanging out, waiting to watch cuts and watch lanes. But even then, Supremacy is just so far away. They are now down by about 120 points. And Aqua in the hill is getting the intro kills. He's the first one to have an engagement, and he's the farthest one in the back of the map. He's got every gun for the job that he needs, and he still has the FTL. He's 20-2. I don't know, what more can you say?
What is going on? This doesn't make any sense. Aqua is now on a 12 kill streak. Still going, still moving forward. He sees another player there. Honestly, if he didn't need the hill time, I wouldn't be surprised if he just FTL'd out to take the kill. He's going to take it anyway. It's now a 13 kill streak for Aqua. Let's watch no one else ever again.
I don't know what Mexicans have against French people. Like, I don't know if they fought in a war like a couple 100 years ago or what kind of fire that Aqua is bringing to the table, but he has it out for the French, apparently. This is one of the, if not the single best performance we've seen so far at Champs. I know potentially there's going to be records that he is trying to beat on this map. I have no idea.
Has anybody got above a 15 yet? I'm not sure I've heard anybody doing so. Aqua, though, is going to go down eventually. 15 kill streak will be it. But it's currently 183 to 25 for Rise Nation.
Let's see. He has 25 kills. He has more than 3 of the Supremacy players combined. He is literally a one-man army at this point. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure the rest of Rise is doing stuff. Like, they have kills. They got a lot of time. But seriously, Aqua has the second most kill time in the game, most kills, and least deaths. What more do you want from the guy?
I want more kills. You FTL, kill everybody. There we go. 201 to 28. Are they going to get above 50 points is now the real answer. Vortex looking to cut down inside curve. Oh, he's got one. This is actually a good play here from Supremacy. Would be, of course, the greatest comeback witness in Call of Duty history if they could make it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody come back 200 to 20. But still, there's always a chance.
I mean, they did kill Aqua. Aqua only took one body with him before he finally falls, and they're able to hold the hill as well. So you said one of the best comebacks you've ever seen, if not the best comeback in COD Champs history. So we're almost there, just, 100, 200 seconds away from that happening. Either way, though, I think you did mention earlier that Supremacy's best bet is definitely going to be in Search. And, of course, that probably is going to end up being the case.
Yeah, almost certainly so now. We go back on the lower street. These Supremacy have managed to get a good amount of points onto the bridge, but they don't really have flat control. They're not got anything else. Lundy is now starting to heat up himself. Picks up a 2-piece there to lock it down. However, Supremacy, they are actually stalling Rise here a little bit. I wonder if Rise took their foot off the gas.
I wouldn't be surprised. So I think yesterday there was a couple highlight clips for Rise where Felony was snapping on kills on Crusher, and you see the reactions of the teams, and they're just all smiles, having a good time, fist bumps in the middle of a high intense game against LG. If you have Aqua that's treading like this, I have to imagine they're purposely just baiting themselves, get Aqua as many kills as we can, and they're probably just having a good time. But you're right, at a certain point they do need to make sure that they just keep the foot on the throat of their opponent and end the game as quickly as possible.
Well, this time they don't have this rotation. I'm wondering if Aqua has any streaks left. I think he might do. No, he doesn't. He actually used everything, even though he doubled up on him. So, here comes the push. Felony's already got a big kill as well. They're going to go into grave, but it is going to be Vortex who's equal to it. He's looking for 2, gets it down as well. And they are still holding. Supremacy have got, what, almost 100 points to 20 of Rise Nation now. Are we about to witness something truly awe-inspiring?
Well, they're making a bit of light of the situation, man. I don't know. It's I want to keep talking about how I just severely doubt it, and then they just keep picking up the next wave of kills and then the next wave of kills. But essentially the situation right now is just the fact that Rise Nation needs 26 seconds, and Supremacy is far enough away that we're going to see at least another 3 hills, I do believe. We'll see all of Broken unless Rise ends it, then all of Hallway unless Rise ends it, and then we'll have to go all the way to the Bridge Hill. And I know sometimes it can even make it all the way to Lower Street as well. But when you're down by that much and can only allow so few points, you just have to have a different play style, right? You almost have to play for not being in the hard point, but you have to keep Rise out of it, and you have to do everything you can. So right now, Rise, they're actually not getting the time in Broken. That's going to be Looney that was kind of just baiting out, trying to go for kills, and well, there you go. Supremacy, they're able to break through, but they do have to deal with Aqua. He's able to pick up 1. Usually he's able to pick up another 3 or 4, but he's going to get shut down. But Supremacy still struggling a little bit, as you see Felony coming up clutch.
They are starting to get these points here as well. I think Rise Nation have realised that they're not really shutting out Supremacy as much as they wanted to. Felony, though, another 2-piece he picks up, and that should shut it down. One last push coming in from the guys on Supremacy. They have to get into the hill. They have to make these kills now pushing forward, and they are. They're looking for it. Just shut him down. There's 1 point left to go. You've got to get in. No! He killed him before he could trade.
And I mean, that's just unfortunate. That's essentially how the game was going to go down anyway. It was more of just a brief moment of okay, there's no way Supremacy could do this, right? They're down by just way too much. But again, I don't know how much analysis there really is to provide for that game. Aqua just had one of the at least best openings that I've ever seen so far. He was at one point 21 and 2. Or just something absolutely absurd. Went on a 12-kill streak before that. He went on an 8-kill streak. It was the Aqua show. It's not like the teamwork was great or spectacular or they're making clutch plays. It's literally just Aqua.
Yeah, I mean, we watched a lot of that, right? And it came to the point where we weren't even watching any of the rotations. We just didn't want to see how much further he could go. And I don't know, he even switched guns and just started making up kills. And it almost looked like Supremacy were playing into his gunfights. Like, I don't know whether it was him making it look really easy or Supremacy making it really easy for him.
It's definitely a little bit of both. I think my favorite moment, though, where he's inside of Broken, it's a clean, like, 4-up on that. Rise is pushed up past the Broken hill, and still Aqua managed to be the first one that gets a kill. While getting the hill time, while his team was busy in gunfights, he still somehow pulled that off. So, yeah, Supremacy, essentially, we're just flying into the pre-aim of Aqua nonstop, and they just could not finish any of their gunfights against them. Either way, though, again, it's definitely worth reiterating. Supremacy, right now, they are 1-1 in their pool. Rise is 2-0. Supremacy desperately needs this win. And as mentioned before, every single map matters, and that's obviously not the start that they want to have.
No, it certainly is not, and Rise did make that look easy until Supremacy started to come back. And we were quite quiet on that comeback as well. I was like, is this actually going to happen? Like, don't get me wrong, they got a lot of points. I'm wondering if a little bit earlier rotation may have helped them out there, Supremacy. They started trading the kills out as well. Felony was a big factor in shutting it all down.
Yeah, and then, of course, going into map 2, the thing that stands out in my mind is when Supremacy played against LG yesterday. I remember just the opening strategy. It was LG immediately just kind of wiped out the opposing team. It was easy. That was in a 1v3. And this is round number 1. This is the first time that we really got to take a good hard look at how good Supremacy is. And Easy clutches the 1v3. And that was the opening to the game. And then from there, you could tell Supremacy, at least in search, definitely had their bearings and were playing very, very well. So against Rise Nation, Hardpoint did not look good. But definitely expect a much more competitive game, at least hopefully from the outset.
Yeah, I think so. Supremacy certainly have the chops to mix it up. I'm just questioning whether or not they can genuinely do it. I don't know. For me, it's always going to be a difficult one to kind of pick a lower ranked team against a team like Rise, who so far at the World Championships have been performing, have been looking very, very good, and did take down Luminosity yesterday 3-0.
Yeah, and I think their search and destroy, though, has been, like, mildly spotty. I know Rise has kind of fluctuated with this, where at times they're like S&D is by far their best game mode, and then sometimes things just look a little bit off. So I haven't seen enough of their gameplay so far from Champs. Obviously, they've been doing pretty well considering they're 2-0, but specific to S&D, I'm not entirely sure. Right now, though, you actually get a decent look at the bomb site. Vortex from the bomb head glitch is going to be able to get that first blood, and oh so quickly, you're going to have Facento. Well, he's in a 1 versus 3, and that bomb's going to get planted already. It's definitely looking like Supremacy is going to go up 1-0. If Facento, he's just, I think, going to take a dive off the map. It looks like he might have thought about it, but no, he'll play for some kills.
Yeah. Well, he has one great advantage that the other players don't have, and that is that his name is Bryce. So he could do this. Of all the things you thought I was going to say, that wasn't one, was it?
That's the worst bit of analysis I've ever heard. And as expected, the guy named Bryce is going to fall. No, I mean, Facento's a fantastic player, obviously, but no, it's a 1v3, and it looks like the longbow, actually, surprisingly, takes him out there. Not sure how close any of the players on Supremacy are going to be in these streaks. I think it was mostly an even spread across the board from bomb plants and kills. But either way, that's the start you definitely want to have after you get battered and bruised on the hard point. You got to bounce back strong, and Supremacy was able to do just that.
Yeah, you certainly do. All right, back onto the offense. It's Felony this time. Long shots going in with the NV4. Trying to get enough on it, but Looney will get first blood this time around. You can already see players going through. Who is that? It's Vortex again. And he's actually made his way out of there towards top food. He might be able to pick up a kill here if he looks the right way. He does manage to pick up Aqua as well. Looking for another player, but Mal gets that one down at the same time. Advantage now for the players from Supremacy.
Well, Supremacy right now is completely turtled up at Lemon, so Felony is definitely going to be the guy to watch. Put some shots down. If he had gotten a kill there, that would have been huge because he would have been able to get out, and that would have been an even 2v2. But Supremacy, they escape with their lives, and you see they're just making sure they stick together. They're going to wrap before Rise can kind of pick them off one by one because obviously Felony kind of spotted out what was going on. Cutting across back with map. The timing is actually pretty decent. Felony's going to be able to pick up one. He's going to get traded instantly. Facento is trying to clean up as many as possible. Both those players going for the challenge straight away, and they're going to be able to clean him up. So despite that first blood, you see the problem there. I think you called it. It was Vortex that managed to get through. Ran straight up mid-map through Ticket. And again, that's a situation where certain teams, the timing's just a little bit off on when they give up certain cuts. So Felny was cutting across mid-map, but didn't turn in time to check the rush. So Aqua gets killed from the side. And honestly, he's probably just upset with his teammates. He's like, well, how did this guy even get here? Like, what were we not watching? So again, little mistakes that needs to be patched up as the game goes on.
Tony, yes, banging away with that longbow once again. Not able to get anything so far, though, but a fast plant coming in from Supremacy. But keep an eye on that minimap. Rise Nation are stacking, ready for a retake.
Well, Tony Jays is the guy definitely to watch. Rise is going to have to try and hit him out because if he's able to sit back here, he can just pick him off 1v1. But if he's forced to take out that EMC, it's definitely not going to be advantageous for him. You see his teammates are falling around him, and he can't wallbang with the laser gun. So that's going to leave Mauls in a 1v3. Picks off one.
Run, Mauls.
And
Run.
Rise.
Oh, we see them. He's actually going to engage. That's confident, at the very least.
We'll see. There you go. That's the problem for him. He's almost forced to engage. Even if he wins that gunfight, the bomb gets defused. It's a situation in a 1v2. As soon as you find that first gunfight, you pretty much have to take it and just hope you win it, even if it's a bad spot, simply because if you run away and get out of dodge, the other team's going to have that information, and now they can work in tandem. So they can decide, okay, do we need to challenge this guy, or is he far enough away that we can watch the only cut and just hop on bomb? So Rise making the correct call there. Still, though, Supremacy with that 2-1 lead. So Rise needs to pull out another win on offense.
All right, let's see how this one is going to go. And it looks like they're going heavy mid. Aqua's going to overwatch to make sure they don't get surprised. But Vortex gets another kill onto them here. Now, Easy gets another kill as well. So Rise Nation really aren't having the best of these trades. Aqua, though, managed to bring it back. Oh, he managed to snap Vortex there. But Aqua now left in the 1 versus 3.
And Supremacy's doing the exact same thing. Last time they were at Lemon and they ran straight over towards B and just wrapped. Well, now you had players that were mid-map, but exactly the same strategy. Immediately just group up as a pair, or well, a trio now, wrap all the way through B and just make sure that you're the ones that are forcing the action rather than anything about Aqua picking you off one by one. And he has the bomb, but planning it would just be a horrendous decision because that would just be giving away diffuse points because obviously the 1v3, it's very, very difficult. Also worth mentioning, 2 players right now are clearing out the B side. They did leave one over there just to watch A to make sure they had all of their bases covered. So I can appreciate the strategy and Supremacy. Obviously, they're going to be able to go up 3-1.
They most certainly are. And we did say, you know, if Supremacy are going to do something in this Search and Destroy, it's going to be now. And it's going to be the only map they take.
That's very good possibility of that being the case. It certainly is, but again, it's essentially, not essentially, it is literally a must-win situation for these guys. And again, every single map matters, so they got to keep it going. They need to get everything that they can, any momentum, just any hype. It's desperate times for desperate measures sort of thing. And once again, they get that 8-bomb down for free. And Vortex, you see, it gets out with his life. Mauls, at some point on the map, is going to fall, so it's going to be a bit of a difficult hold. Last time, Rise was able to storm over the bomb site and retake it. Felony's getting a 2nd kill as well. You can see the idea coming out from Vicento. And it looks like, well, this is very similar to what they had the last round. They have control of bus right now. If no one pops out and checks, which someone's trying to, but Aqua's there for the trade. And Vicento gets the defuse. And once again, Rise just says, all right, if you guys don't want to be near the bomb, we'll just defuse it. Getting away with another one. Good plays there by Rise Nation.
Yeah, really was afraid of shoulder peeking there as well, and just didn't do it. Aqua, though, you have to give him credit to snap like that. I think Felony as well got 2 shots onto him, but, you know, you had to get him on. He was so close to dying.
Either way, though, it's worth pointing out, Rise back on offense, obviously looking to tie this one up at 3-3. The previous round, they went for complete mid-map control, and then 2 players just kind of separately pushed up different lanes by themselves and just jumped into the pre-aim of their opponent. So now you can see they're at least trying to switch it up, but running in the pre-aim of their opponent, Looney, though, he's going to be able to win that gunfight. I think Felny might have been there in support with a couple team shots, but now they have the advantage. They have bomb down. They have Vicento that's in their spawn, so he can watch for the flank, so there's no fear right now from Rise. They know all the pressure is going to be coming in from Barnside for the moment, and the EMPs are going to help them with that as well. Tony Jays, of course, with that EMC, not much he can do.
No, not really. This is where a sniper, as great as a sniper is, for map control, for eliminating peeking, for holding down sight lines, in this scenario, you can't do anything. The only thing you could have done there is hope that they all lined up for a collateral.
I mean, even then, you just saw like 2 players were close to lining up, but the 3rd player was still up top, and Rise had 0 fear. As soon as they realized, oh, the 4th guy has a sniper, everyone just instantly starts flying towards them. But you're exactly right. If you're hitting your shots with the sniper, obviously it can have an impact. But even so, if you're only getting one kill later on the rounds, you might not even be that useful with the EMC.
You're basically hoping to find another gun, right?
Yeah, it's just a hope kind of scenario. But again, if you're hitting your shots, it's still you're doing your job. But if you're not, you're definitely going to be costing. So look for him to put that away in future rounds.
Well, right now, oh my goodness, Vicento just ruined him. Now, Looney, now he's going to go in. That might get a hit marker, so he knows it. Oh, but he gets the kill. Looks like there was 2 nades that went in.
That's one of the easiest kills Looney's probably ever going to get. Tony J's, though, is able to clean him up. And Rise right now, they're split up about as much as they possibly can on opposite sides of the map. So if one player kind of runs into Tony J's over here, there's definitely hope for this clutch. And that looks like that might be the case. Player coming over top at Boss. Tony J's probably didn't see him. I think the other player might have, but no. So if he wins this gunfight, there's a lot of hope, but he needs to come out and challenge really quickly, and he's going to be able to pull it off. And there you go. Tony J's versus Felony in the 1v1. Spots him over top as well. No one's going to fall just yet.
He's snapping. He is snapping. Here's the other thing, though. He really only wants to have one more gunfight. Unless he can find some ammo. Oh, he's got another MP4. Never mind. That one gunfight will do. Tony JS for the clutch, 1 versus 2.
There you go. That's all you need. And it's curious as well because, I mean, we pointed out, Rise, opposite sides of the map, they didn't really try to group. They both just played like as cautiously as possible. And I think the situation was they knew he was mid-map somewhere and they didn't want to get caught trying to rotate to each other. But instead, they just did nothing, and still, like, you're almost guaranteed to take the 1v1 gunfight at some point if you don't try and group up. So I don't know. Again, Rise, there have been times where they have just struggled at search and destroy, and that mid-game, shot call, not too successful. Right now, though, looking to get the bomb down. Vicento in a decent spot, able to trade out 1 kill, advantage to Rise. Yeah,
they're being a lot more aggressive here this time, going straight for the bomb plant, allowing them to get back up into it. Vicento has got that cover mid. And you don't really see a big push coming in from Supremacy now. They know they're a player down. He's trying to get him from the head. Looney ducking, diving, getting away from it. Tony J's will get him again. Vicento, though, gets Vortex. Maul's coming through. He didn't actually manage to get the kill, but he's one shot. Felony's going to go down at the same time. It's a 2 versus 2. Are they going to be able to push through? Maul's looking for that player in top green. Doesn't quite able to get him, but Tony JS is there with the beatdown. Aqua in a 1 versus 2. He's going to be above him. He sees him as well. They're going to go right on top of each other, and he does manage to get it. Turn and burn 4-4.
Oh my God, desperate situations that Rise continues to find themselves in where they're just like forced to clutch, and it shouldn't happen either. Players are challenging gunfights that are unnecessary. Felony, like once he escapes with the ERAD, it looked like he would have been able to get out underpass, but still he continues to pre-fire, and then he falls. And it's just rounds like that that they start out great. Like the way they got first blood, Vicento, he did a similar strat to earlier, but this time he waited till Looney baited out some shots while he was head glitching the bomb site, and that's when Vicento makes his move to get first blood. So they do some things right, do some things wrong, but again, continuing here, now Supremacy, that's a dominant start.
It certainly is now. Vicento trying to do something, not able to do anything again, and Felony's now left in a 1 versus 4. This round is over. It's over.
It's over now, yes. You're exactly
there we go.
right.
I was a little bit early.
Yeah, if he gets that first kill, there's always like a mild amount of hope, but Supremacy would have just had to completely thrown that one away. And again, it seems to be situations where Rise, they're just not doing too well. Like as soon as the opening breaks happen, whether or not they get first blood, they just seem to collapse. Again, struggling to watch all the angles. I don't know if the communication's off, if they're just a little bit unpolished on throwback specifically. Or if maybe Supremacy is just that good on this map. It's a little bit difficult to tell. Either way, though, Supremacy just 1 round away from tying the series up at 1-1.
Let's see what they can do. Now, the Centurion is a good thing because what they'll probably do on the next attack is go for a quick plant, kind of slap it down. But they've got to get there first. In fairness, they're quite happy to just win on this one. Vicento, though, going around with his teammates. They've actually left Aqua all the way on the other side of the map. Aqua looking for it. He's actually now going to back up his teammates. I don't think Supremacy know. We'll do now.
4v4. Supremacy, they got to deal with the retake, and it's a similar situation earlier where all of Rise is turtled up around blue. If you can hop on it right away, that's great, but you got players that are going to be on the tree line. Obviously in top blue, they're very tough gun fights to take. It looks like they're going to be sprinting forward, though. Aqua gets the first blood, and that makes it even more difficult. Supremacy, you see all the players just jumping up and down, taking their turns, peeking, putting shots in, and just picking Supremacy off one by one. A lot of times what you see teams do is kind of try and hop the bomb and force the enemy out towards them. But of course, in a 4v4, you don't really want to hop the bomb. You want to try and get that first pick and then rise.
I think they were a little bit slow reacting.
Yeah.
They just weren't there with enough time to make a good push. Yeah,
it might have been Aqua that was also like, he had pushed up all the way on top of like the A bomb site instead of like sitting back buzz. So he might have been just enough of a distraction that they didn't feel the need to put too much pressure on B to give up the free plant. So
we may see 2 Centurions go, oh, he's actually put it and pick it. I was wondering whether or not he was going to dive from the bomb side and try to get it on there. Looney needs a kill for Kinetic. 1 kill will do it for him. Kinetic, pop. Go around, he's trying to get the turn on. Doesn't know where this player is, but his teammates are coming in as well. It's 5-5, and it looks like they're all good there, hunting him down. Moles and Tony JS, but it's now a 1v1. They managed to do it. Aqua versus Moles. Moles gets shot up, and he's out of there. He's not going to be able to get Kinetic, but bomb is down. This is for everything on this map. 5-5, and it comes down to this.
And I think Aqua's in the prime position right now with that bomb down. He has kind of the cuts, and you see, oh, I thought he was going to go sit under underpass just to check the far ticket side, but he's just going to abandon it and go for the full wrap. So now Mauls, well, he's going to get spotted. That's unfortunate timing, and Aqua, he's just going to take the grace from God there on the best timing you're going to get at all. That was an interesting round 11, I must say. The Centurion placement behind the white picket fence, Looney just walks right up to the other side and just gets a free kill. Like, they've been getting the bomb down for free on A nearly every round, and then they put the Centurion so passively.
I think we were both expecting them to dive with it and put it straight on, right?
Yeah. I would have expected it. I don't know. I mean, it sort of had an effect on the impact. You see Looney, after he popped reactive, runs back up and gets hit by it for a moment, and then something crazy happened, and it became a 1 versus 1. But
I can't believe that. I think it was a 2 versus 4, and they flew, and I think it was either Tony J's or Moores who managed to get 2 as well.
Yeah.
But Supremacy, they had it, they threw it away. It's no good. We'll be right back for map number 3 after this quick commercial break. See you then. Championship 2017 presented by PS4. My name is Bryce, joining me here at Chance. We are going into map 3 here. Supremacy just threw a lead away on the Search and Destroy. They put it in the bin, it's gone. Can they do anything on the uplink?
Well, not only the uplink, but they also have to win the Hardpoint, and then they have to win the next Search and Destroy as well, which if you didn't tune in for the first Hardpoint, it was the Aqua show. He dropped a lot of kills and didn't die very many times, and they won pretty comfortably. I think they won by like 130 points or something along those lines. Obviously, the 6-5 S&D was pretty close, but then you got to imagine it's just going to be respawn dominance coming out of Rise Nation. Again, though, just to reiterate the situation for Supremacy, if they do not win this entire series, they are guaranteed to not go through. And of course, if Rise wins, they're pretty much good, free and clear.
All right, well, let's see whether or not Supremacy can do this. All of my historical knowledge and what I know about Call of Duty says no.
No, I know. You know, if you want to bet like $100, I will happily bet you that Rise Nation
I wouldn't do that. Ray had bet that earlier and he went out of the tournament. So, you know, those kind of bets don't seem like they're going particularly well right now. But yours seems quite safe. Yeah, no, at the start, though, that's about, again, we were saying this on the Search and Destroy, but that's about the best start that Supremacy could really hope for. The question is, how long can they hold on? Because Rise Nation is just going to be storming right back, and Aqua does not care about having that teammate support. He was leading the charge for a moment. He just can go for the chuck, and no one's there for the interception. Looney and Facento each able to pick up a kill on players near that portal. So, yeah, decent response out of Rise. Still, though, Supremacy does have that small 2-1 lead. Now, can they do anything more with it? Supremacy waiting by connector, trying to kind of swarm through. But all the kills go in favor of Rise Nation once again. Yeah, and it happens so fast, and Felony is already going to be influencing those spawns as well. He's already in the top spot, and you see he's hunting players down, and that's just an easy 2-point play. As soon as Felony crosses that line and gets to that kind of underneath portal, if you can just imagine an invisible plane across that area, forces the spawns out, and then, of course, it's easy pickings then thereafter. Tony J's, though, is going to be going for the response for the 1-point shot. No one even attempting that interception. So, again, kind of back and forth. Decent scores, but decent counter scores as well. And it looks like Supremacy, well, they're picking up a few kills. Tony J's, though, is the most aggressive player, and he did get cut down. Supremacy playing this very well at the moment. Great recovery. They're not worried about it too much. But, you know, we keep seeing the same pattern go over. Rise just keep making a big string of kills and then hit forward. But right now it is going to be Supremacy, but it's already been run away. Miles, can he make this one? He's run out of ammo, slapped in a new clip, not able to do anything there. Easy will pick this one up and the drone, and now they're going to be pushing forward. Looks like a Subway wrap.
Yeah, you see Vortex is actually leading the charge. He's pushed up all the way to the edge of Subway, waiting on his teammates. Picks up a kill as well before getting traded out, and, well, that's going to be the damning moment, although there is a team kill in. If Malls picks up a kill or two, they might have a decent shot, and you see the 1-point toss coming in from Tony J's in the back line, all because of that simple nade team kill. But either way, just that 1-point play.
Here we go once again. Control into the middle here. Supremacy doing everything they can to lock this one down. Don't seem to be even affected by that close loss in the S&D at all. So they are now pushing forward, but here comes Rise. They've made 2 kills. The biggest thing with Frost is you have to make 2 waves of kills to get a point.
Yeah, more often than not, and again, that's something you see Rise is doing a pretty good job of, because there you see Looney. He's leading that charge as well. He was able to pick up another kill on the player in the portal. And it's a situation where we saw Supremacy's pushes. It's the drone is almost the farthest one up, and the one time we saw Vortex up there, he only picks up one before he falls. This time, Looney, he was, what, 75 feet in front of that drone carrier, and he picks up the kills and then just forces those spawns out. Easy scores, but once again, it looks like we might see another counter score coming in. Vortex going around the backside. His teammate's going to be there in support. The interception is going to be a little bit mistimed, so the 1-point shot is going to connect. And once again, we see score, then counter score.
Well, which team is going to eventually come out on top? We're still waiting to see, but here comes Rise with the kills once again in the middle of the map. Aqua going to end up picking this one up, but he's actually going to have to ditch it and go for control because his teammates evaporate around him. They are no longer there, but look at it now. They do have it. This may be an ice push. Here we go. They do actually have it. They have a blocker as well. Inside or outside? That is the question. Player insides have died. He has the blocker with him as well. May even wait for his teammate to go through to lock it for him. And that is good. That is a 1. This team's playing really well together.
Yeah, that actually worked out quite well. If you notice, he kind of like hesitated on the wall run just for a moment. He actually had a player underneath him. And despite the fact that Tony Jays was able to pick up both of them, it was still enough of a distraction that the interception doesn't come in. And again, the 1-point shot. It looks like this is the first time as well Rise prevented that counter score from coming in. So really, that's the first biggest difference maker we've seen so far. Vicento, though, he's kind of by himself, pushed up the most aggressively, has a gunfight in front as well. Meanwhile, though, that drone, it's gone. Once again, you see Supremacy. They've been favoring pushing up this left side, and they've had quite a bit of success already. This guaranteed 1-point play if no interception, and there it's going to connect the players from Rise just moments.
I don't think Rise are used to a team doing that. They are clearly not used to a team just literally wrapping it and going straight for it. You can see them kind of hesitate. They're more sub-bay dominant than anything else on the defense.
Yeah, and it's something a lot of teams, I think that's one big point that they can improve on, is they're afraid to kind of run away. They're always focused on clearing out their base and picking up all the kills. You saw, though, Vicento, he was out of position. Instead of forcing the gunfights, they just ran away from him and obviously get that 1-point play on board. So really just fantastic recognition coming out from the boys on Supremacy, though. Just about 4 seconds left. There's going to be no time for any scores at the end, but we're going our second half with a close game tied up at 6-6, but
full credit to Supremacy, in my opinion. Rise Nation, they did it the standard way. They made a big string of kills and then pushed forward and did the second set, or at least 1 or 2 on the second set. Supremacy just went, look, if you're going to sit sub-bay and mid, we'll pick up our kills and we'll go.
Right, and I love to see that as well, right? Because Rise Nation is going to be expected to be the superior opponent, so you can't play the standard way. You have to mix things up, you have to try something different, and you have to outsmart your opponent if the gunfights are going to be tough. And I'm trying to do the mental math in my head, and right now I think Supremacy are down about 3 kills in slang, if not 4 in total. So yeah, they're struggling ever so slightly, but the plays they've made have been fantastic. Again, the number of counter scores so far we've seen have just been a pleasure to watch.
Tony J's looking to try and make another kill, and he does. He picks up Aqua, and they're actually going... Oh, no, I thought he was going for the drone then. I was about to say, no one really with him at the time, but Looney's now going to pick this one away. Has his teammates with him. They are going sub-bay dominant. Can they punch through the Supremacy wall? Looking for it. Looney goes high. He looks like he may even fake out mid. Ends up throwing it away. Picks up 1 kill. Turns to the second as well. And he's going to open up for his team. Can't get the third. Tony Jays is there. But Aqua gets it. Now he will have the drone. Looking for the 1. It's intercepted again. Another interception. It goes down. Shots going everywhere. What a crazy melee going on by the point, and nothing comes of it.
Yeah, Vortex was the player that clutched up in the end just to catch that drone and immediately dish it back out to Aqua. But if he doesn't hit Aqua with that drone, he's going to die and give up a 2-point play. So he has to be sure that he hits that essential pass directly. So again, very talented, very nice plays coming out of Supremacy. Still, though, they find themselves on the defensive end. It looks like Rise is trying to do onto Supremacy as they did onto them, and they're going to go for the 2-point off the wall. Felony's able to get it in, and that's the slaying power that Supremacy wasn't able to bring to the table on that first side.
Certainly was. Well, 2 points up now for Rise Nation. Can Supremacy come back into it? They were doing it all last half. Can they do it once again? Looney going to be looking to move this drone now. Are they going back to sub-bay? Vicento is cleaning the way forward as he picks up a 2-piece. Enough bodies here from Rise to make some plays. Should be a 1 at least. And it is. It's good. They seem to have an easier time of it this side.
Yeah, it's a certain situation where you even saw the amount of clearance they just had because of kills. They had 3 players in the base, and they just said, we're just going to take the 1 so we can just continue to kill things as well. And again, when you're playing kind of Slade dominant, it's a strategy that's going to work. So all 4 players on their team are positive right now. So they're up by what? About at least 10 kills in total, if not more. And it's only a 3-point difference. And again, that's a testament to just the plays Supremacy have made. And once again, on the defensive end, they're able to pick up 3 kills, get the drone reset. But now the situation is they need to get points on board. They have 2.5 minutes to work with, and they're down by 3.
Well, here we go. Vortex looking to make a little bit of a gap here. Can't get anything down. Rise end up getting 2 more kills on the board. Malz gets 1 back. Looking forward. Aqua gets that 3rd one. That will give control in favor of the guys on Rise Nation. And it looks like they're going out for it as well as Aqua picks up a massive kill. Vicento's out. They're out of position. There's nobody there to stop him as he goes for the 1 and misses. Vicento's there. He had camo. I was wondering if he was going to do something crazy.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see him just take that 1-point shot. You have to imagine, even with camo, like, you still might be able to get that in, but he would have been staring down the barrel of 3 players. So I can appreciate going for the safe play. So you really honestly don't need to take many risks. If you're getting all the kills, the plays are going to kind of come to you. So I guess not necessarily a wasted opportunity, though. Supremacy, though. bouncing back, getting a couple kills in their favor, but honestly, at this point, it's getting very, very close to do or die. They have to get a score on this push.
They certainly do. Easy, going for it. Now, is he going to go for the one? But there's going to be so many bodies in the way. Surely not. And it will be intercepted. Always the danger going for a one-point play when you haven't got the clearance.
But again, it's a desperate times, calls for desperate measures. They got a minute and a half left. It's a 2-possession game. They can't afford to even let Rise continue to have drone control for much longer. They actually did a pretty good job right there. They got 3 down. Looney's the last one alive, and you can see Looney actually feels the pressure. Mauls, though, running away from Looney. I don't know if the callouts were coming a little bit too slow, and Looney's going for all 3 as well. Pops the reactive. He's trying to go dad mode on him, and he's going to get the 3rd as well. So any hope Supremacy just had, Looney might have just stripped it from their hands, and there's the camo play coming in as well. They're letting the plays come to them, and that's going to be a dunk, and that is the nail in the coffin. Rise Nation should be able to win this one 3-0.
They most certainly will, and it's going to be GG, game over. As Rise Nation will go through into the bracket with, you know, a fairly confident record there themselves.
I mean, definitely a good start overall for Rise Nation, right? Like, obviously, not only just 3-0, but taking down LG in the way that they did has got to be a gigantic confidence boost. I mean, just from the year that these players have had outside of Vegas has been beyond lackluster. And I'm sure it's been heartbreaking for the players. But, hey, strong start here. And then, of course, on the flip side of things, Supremacy, the expectations were not high from the start. Excuse me. They exceeded mine. I don't know. Obviously, they're not going to be happy with it. I know these guys wanted to make it to the top 16 and continue to fight. But at least they can go home saying that they proved to themselves that they can at least hang with the best teams in the world. Yeah,
that's entirely true. I think Supremacy have suddenly looked pretty good this tournament as well. Rise Nation, you can tell that they're not even overly hyped at that. Fairly calm, fairly relaxed. They know they just had to come do the business.
Yeah, I mean, essentially they're in a situation where they pretty much, they might have just qualified after yesterday, bar again any kind of ridiculous tie-break scenarios. So I have to imagine these guys, you know, just after their performance yesterday, were feeling incredibly comfortable. But all business, they took them down, and they made sure that they're just going to be focused going deeper and deeper into the weekend.
It certainly is, and you can actually see the stage lights lighting up behind us as well as the stage starts to get ready for bracket play tomorrow. But, you know, it's been a great game for the two of them here. I mean, Rise, they did exactly what they wanted to. Supremacy are going to be upset about that Search and Destroy, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things. They were up, what, I think 4-2 or 5-2 or something along those lines, and it was just round after round. Rise just kind of finding a way, and I think overall Supremacy was outplaying them. But then in the end, again, the players from Rise were just able to clutch up. And I kind of go back to just that one Centurion play as well. It's kind of weird. Just putting it behind that picket fence, and Looney just stands on the other side, kind of out in the open.
Yeah, I'm good here.
And just picks up one. Yeah, and it just, the players weren't expecting either. No one had watched that sidewalk push. So whatever player fell in that situation for Supremacy was probably pissed off and just like, who let that happen? Like, how? For round 11 do we make these kind of mistakes? But either way, tournament over. So
it is going to be tournament over. Let's have a little recap then. Here's the hard points going down. As you can see, Broken being...
oh my God.
That's an interesting scoreline.
I mean, okay, so obviously the 33 kills and 2.2 from